Okay, awesome. Hey.
Hey, how's it going? Am I in the right?
Good. It's like sideways.
Um, okay, let me fix this.
No worries.
Uh,
There we
I'll
go.
just hold it. I guess that
Cool.
works.
Oh, no worries.
How's it
Awesome. Well,
going?
good. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, you
Excited
bet.
about this. Yay. Okay, well, welcome everyone. Good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing good. Thank you guys all for tuning in. So I'm live here in Denver, Colorado. Andy here is from the Bay Area in sunny California. A little
Yeah.
jealous. Um, Anyway, so I'm super excited about continuing this series of Q&As with high achieving hustlers in my network. So I think that's what I might call this series. I'm still trying to come up with the right name, but I feel like that's got a good ring to it. Anyways, so I hope that this series continues to bring everybody a lot of value, and just please continue to give me feedback as well, and like any other topics that you guys are interested in learning about, especially like in the entrepreneur space. So I'm super excited about today's guest. He has a really amazing story and has a lot of success. So be prepared to take a lot of notes, ask a lot of questions while we have his time today. So I'd love to introduce all of you to Andy Lamb, and I'm going to read his bio here. So born and raised in San Francisco Bay Area, where he currently lives, he worked in the biotech and agricultural research for 4 years, but didn't see it as something that he wanted to continue with long term. So he built a six-figure e-commerce Amazon FBA business while working the 9 to 5. And after 2 years of being in the side hustle, he decided to bring it to a full-time career, and he has since scaled it to a seven-figure range. So I applaud you for that. Amazing. Um, Along the way, he also began a YouTube channel and an Instagram pages to help others interested in doing the same thing, really taking the leap into e-commerce. And then he began consulting a few students on how they can grow their business, as well as helping others in growing a Facebook group as well with over 800 members. So with that being said, Andy, I just want to thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
absolutely. So first, I kind of just want to, just kind of want to throw this out there for all the beginners in the group. Can you just kind of like tell everyone what is Amazon FBA and what it actually is?
Yeah, so Amazon FBA, I guess in a nutshell, is a form of e-commerce, so selling physical products online. And what I personally do is I am leveraging Amazon's audience as well as organic traffic and their platform, as well as their systems and logistics to launch and scale my own brands. Um, and so I'm able to create brands that people will eventually recognize and become big enough to become, I guess, a big name brand on the on the Amazon space. And the beauty of this is that Amazon kind of deals with everything for you. So if you sell a product, they package everything for you and they ship it to your customers. So you're not spending hours and hours packing your own products and
Yeah,
shipping your own items. So um, that's pretty much Amazon FBA in its simplest form. Um, yeah.
yeah. Thanks for sharing that. So how did you get introduced to it? Was it something that you were kind of researching a lot about, or did you kind of stumble upon it?
So I previously, well, I guess while I was working my 9 to 5, I was selling tickets. So I was buying and selling tickets, kind of like as a side hustle to, because I was really into music. I'm still into music, but
Yeah.
I was kind of aware of what shows were popular and stuff. So I was buying tickets and reselling as a side hustle. Um, but I had a friend who was also doing that, and he was also doing Amazon FBA at the time. Um, and like we previously talked about, he had some success. And I guess he kind of sold me with his line of, I like waking up to sales. Like every morning he just wakes up to sales. So it's like one of those things where you can't really get ahead unless you're making money while you sleep type of thing.
Yes, totally.
Um, so that's kind of one of the things that drew me to it. And he definitely helped me out a lot in the sense of pretty much the basics of everything. And yeah, that's kind of how I got my start. I just kind of fully immersed myself in the Amazon FBA space, and after a few years, I guess it worked out.
Yeah, no, that's great. So, I guess what tips would you have for beginners, like just starting? Like, I know that when you hear Amazon FBA, I feel like you have to really nail your product research and know how to find products that have high demand and low competition. What tips do you have for beginners on that?
Yeah.
That's
don't
a good
listen to
question.
everything you, no worries. Don't listen to everything you hear online, and like especially the YouTube space. There are a lot of people that are typically trying to sell you something, and it's not as easy as everyone says it is. Like as any business goes, it takes a lot of hard work,
Yeah.
um, and it takes a lot of effort. So it's not one of those. It's not a pyramid scheme.
Mhm.
It's not something like will make you a millionaire overnight.
Right.
Although it has potential to, bring in a good income very quickly.
Mhm.
Um, so take everything you hear online with a grain of salt, but also be willing to put in the hard work. Do your due diligence. It's really important to educate yourself before or invest in yourself before investing in your product.
Mhm.
That's honestly something that saved me or has lost me thousands. Sorry, that's
Okay.
that was one of the first mistakes that I made when I was just first starting out. I thought I knew it all, and I wasn't willing to spend more time doing what I needed to be doing and learning more about the business model. Um, so I have a video about this, but I think I lost like 10,000 bucks when I was kind of just first starting out.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
which is one of the reasons why I created my program, but so hopefully to save people money. But yeah, it's definitely do your due diligence. Immerse yourself in as much education as possible,
Yes.
um, and just be patient.
Yeah.
It's it's like any business, and it takes time to build. You're not going to see results overnight. Um, but yeah, I think that's some of the biggest
Yeah.
tips I can give.
Thank you. Yeah, they say it might take like 5 years to become an overnight success, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm definitely a big believer in like investing in yourself and studying and like really immersing yourself in it because I feel like that's where a lot of people, they get lost in the online space and they totally see things like, oh, like and some of the stuff is kind of clickbaity, right? Like make $1 million really quickly. It's like that's
yeah,
not how it works. Yeah. Definitely got to put in the hard work.
yeah. Most of
Um,
the time,
yeah.
people just see the highlight reel of
Mhm.
what's
Yeah.
really happening. So,
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure like, countless late nights just studying and stuff too are there.
100%.
hmm okay, so obviously, being a seven-figure Amazon seller, you've proven that this could be a very lucrative business if you put in the hard work and you study, right? Invest in yourself and continue to learn and grow.
Yeah.
So Amazon FBA can definitely be a pretty good opportunity for some people, especially like beginners, like just starting out or wanting to work from home
Mhm.
or making money online. Do you think it's like too late in the game for some people to get into Amazon FBA?
I really don't think so. I think this is a question that I get really often because everyone says it's really saturated.
Mm-hmm.
And if that were the case, like I personally wouldn't have stayed in the business model. And I'm continuously launching products. So I think like bringing it back to just learning as much as possible, as long as you're able to, put in the work to find the products that will bring in that profit. Um, it's still very much a viable business model. And I mean, you look at the world today, there's always like new trending products, new products being developed. And Amazon FBA private labeling isn't necessarily going out there and inventing a new product. It's kind of improving upon what's already on the market. Um, so if you see a product that's selling well, but you notice like there's some bad reviews about certain things, um, you can, talk to your suppliers, manufacturers, see how you can improve upon these things and just kind of put that out into the market. Um, so in terms of oversaturation, it's definitely a lot more saturated than it was, but there's still so much potential and so much money to be made on the actual Amazon platform. Um, and I wouldn't be teaching it to my students if I didn't believe that
Yeah.
they could make money themselves. Uh, so that's where I stand in terms of saturation.
Yeah. No, thanks for sharing that. Well, and I guess like kind of like the elephant in the room too, with like COVID and everything going on, have obviously it's like impacted all businesses. How would you say it's impacted yours?
Yeah. So I guess initially it was kind of stressful because most of my products are being sourced from overseas, like China,
Mhm.
and a lot of my suppliers and manufacturers are, 5 to 6 hours from the epicenter of where everything
Mhm.
started in Wuhan. So there's definitely delays. So my personal manufacturer was closed. Well, they were planned to be closed for about a month for Chinese New Year's anyway. but in addition to that, it was additional like 3 to 4 weeks. So how affected to me personally was shipping delays. I didn't have inventory because some of my stuff was sold out.
Mm.
So I took losses there. I had to pay additional costs for expedited shipping. Um, and then there's also delays in the US side, right? So if you order from Amazon, I'm sure everybody orders from Amazon
Yeah.
or at this point. Some of the stuff that you need like wouldn't, unless it was like hand sanitizer or something, but it wouldn't come for like a month. And we're used to like 2 day shipping.
Yeah.
Um, so huge delays everywhere.
Mhm.
Some money lost here and there, but a lot of businesses have it
Yeah.
worse than I do, so I can't complain too much. But it's been an adventure.
Yeah. Learning process, that's for sure. Yeah, I know, like, cause like I'm so like used to like, I want it all and I want it delivered. So like I literally would order now.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not gonna be here until like May 15th. But
No, I feel like I got a yoga mat because I was trying to not get too out of shape.
uh-huh.
But I was like, it's coming in a month, and I just got
Yeah.
it. I was like,
My gosh, yeah. Yeah, well, I guess, like, because it is nerve-wracking, right? For like somebody starting out, what would you recommend as far as like for people like wanting to start out during this time? So like certainly like
hmm.
investing in themselves, like learning, doing the research, but not to discourage them, but just also to just let them know like this is a season.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are saying like it's a really bad time to start, well, Amazon FBA specifically,
Hmm.
but I mean, I've launched 2 products during this time, and I have 2 more on the way.
Nice.
And I guess there's some push and pull. Like a lot of people are kind of easing up on their advertisements because some people aren't seeing as many sales or something. But kind of how the launch strategy works for Amazon is you want to be able to show Amazon that your product is in demand. So if people are making less sales and you launch a product and you show Amazon that you're making more sales than these guys, um, you're able to launch products easier in that sense and during this time. So I am not necessarily taking it as is I'm not necessarily taking it as a positive, but um, it's been okay so far. And one of my students is getting his stuff in soon, I think.
Hmm.
So it's not a bad time. I think people just need to spend this time again, just learning about the Amazon process, learning how things work.
Yeah.
And if they're in the phase of like launching their product, like kind of double down on the marketing and make sure people know that your product is there. Um, Work on getting that social proof so that people are actually trusting of your product.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, just don't be too discouraged. Like I know a lot of people, like for example, there's products that are more in demand than others right now,
Hmm.
like toilet paper. But
Yeah.
if you're not selling toilet paper, just kind of stick through it. Like there's hopefully, we just got extended for another month of shelter in place. I don't know about you,
Mhm. Yeah.
but
Same.
uh,
It's by county over here in Colorado. So a couple of counties are opening this week.
yeah,
So,
same.
but yeah, we'll see. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, thanks for sharing all that.
Mm.
Okay, so my final question then is as far as like, some beginners like wanting to start, to make money online and exploring Amazon FBA, what is one thing you wish you knew when you had first started out or like, a piece of advice you'd give to our newbies?
Um, you don't know everything. Definitely take your time. Like, don't get discouraged. Sorry. The one thing that I want to let people know is to just be able to persevere. Like, most times people have shiny object syndrome, and
Okay.
whenever they see like a new opportunity, they'll try it, they'll make one mistake, and they'll just drop it, and they'll go to the next one until they find some sort of success. I think if you're really passionate and you want to go into something that think that has a lot of potential, you really need to just stick with it and persevere. And like as mentioned, I lost thousands when I was first starting out, and I knew how the business model worked and I knew how much potential it had for scalability, especially, which is one of the main reasons why I stuck with it. Um, and I'm glad that I didn't give up on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a big thing to persevere. I guess I don't want to sound like Confucius, but with like anything in life,
Yeah.
it just pays to be able to persevere.
Yeah. No, I
Um,
think that's great
yeah,
advice. Thank you so much for sharing that.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I think it's really hard. We get into like comparison mode, and that shiny object
Hmm.
syndrome comes up because we see people with success, and we see like, oh my gosh, they're doing great, they're making bank, like I want to try it, but that might not work for them, you know.
Yeah,
And I think, like you said, there's a lot of elements to it where you need to continuously invest in yourself, do the research, do the work, and try not to put like the, get into comparison mode. And I always tell
yeah.
clients too, like, comparison shouldn't be a killer, it should inspire action. And then, obviously, like, just paying attention to things like that.
Yeah. No, I definitely know that's hard to do. I catch myself doing it all the time. It's like
Mm-hmm.
comparing myself to other sellers,
Mm-hmm.
specifically. It's like this guy's already doing like over 10 million or 20 million. It's like,
Yeah.
why am I not there? And it's
Yeah.
like, in time, as long as you're putting in the work,
Mm-hmm.
you just have to take action for the most part.
Yeah, action is everything, and I think action cures all. Like, action removes the emotion.
Uh-huh.
um,
Oh, yeah,
good. Absolutely. Well,
for sure.
thank you so much for sharing all of your knowledge and experience today. I feel like we got so much gold. It's
Oh, no
definitely
worries.
been pretty inspiring to hear like some of your tips and how you made it happen, and just like learning from your mistakes as well, because I think that's really huge. And I hope all of our viewers took a lot of notes. I know a lot of people were popping in and out, but just wanted to open
Uh,
it up to any questions for the viewers that we do have right now. I guess while we're waiting on those questions, if any come in. Um, I just wanted to ask too, like, so, people interested in learning more about Amazon FBA, or just getting direct mentoring from you, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so I do have a YouTube channel where I do my best. I have been pretty consistent with uploading twice a week
Mhm.
on either very specific or general knowledge about Amazon FBA. So you're welcome to check that out at the official Andy Lam on YouTube. And I also do have an Instagram where I post, for the most part, daily, as you would know, for that spam, the same tag at the official Andy Lam. Um, and I do have a Facebook group, which is pretty helpful to some people. It's Prestige Amazon FBA Mastermind on Facebook. I think we're almost at 850 members, so that's kind of exciting. But um,
Very good. Awesome.
yeah, in terms of the program, you can definitely reach out to me on any of those platforms, and I'll be sure to let you guys know.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I'll definitely have your Instagram handle tagged here in the replay. Again, I
Sounds
just
good.
wanted to thank you so much again for coming online and just sharing all of your knowledge and wisdom. I hope that everyone got a lot of value and took a lot of notes. I wish I could have taken notes, but I'll be watching the replay as well.
No worries.
But yeah, just continue to give me feedback. Let me know how you like this one, if you want me to have Andy on again. Any final thoughts from you, Andy?
No, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. I hope your audience finds this somewhat helpful.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I know it's like it's definitely one of those things where people have heard about it but have no clue what it is or where to
Mhm.
start. So I think this is a good starting point. Well, excellent. Thank you so much again for being on today. Hope everyone has a good day, and stay safe and stay healthy out there. All
Yeah, no worries.
right. Bye,
Thanks. You too.
everyone. Thank you.
Bye.